Recently, the WBC decided to cut the length of title fights from 15 rounds to 12 rounds. The rationale being that most fighters that were injured in title fights got hurt in the last 3 rounds when they were tired. This judgmental ruling, unsubstantiated by statistical evidence, met with violent objection from the boxing world. Many feel that to be a true champion, one must be able to perform over the 15-round distance. Certainly great champions like Ali, Leonard, and Holmes prove that the real champions come forth in the 13th, 14th, and 15th rounds.
That's the difference between a 10-round fighter, 12-round fighter, and a 15-round fighter. 15-round fighter is world champion.
I think you should stay at 15 rounds because from 11th round on in the big fights like in a title fight, you don't bring out the true men, the fighters. You're sticking by amateur rules when you go to breaking it down to 12.
Well, I don't think it's necessary because most of the research has shown that the majority of the fatalities that have occurred in professional boxing have occurred earlier than the 12th round.
15 rounds in a championship fight, this has been a long time, and you know, in the rule, you trained for this and you worked for it. Now, cutting it short, you're going to be cheating the fighters, as far as I'm concerned, have been, you know, fighting at 15 rounds.
I think most fighters are trained already to go 15 rounds, and they're prepared to go that distance. I'm not in favor of the 12 rounds.
I believe that, you know, being a true champion is the 15-round route. I won mine 15 rounds, and coming back to 12 rounds, the ESPN, they got 12 rounds in the United States boxing. They have 12 rounds, and the heavyweight championship have 12 rounds, and elimination have 12 rounds. So the heavyweight championship fight should always be a little bit more because this brings a magnitude in boxing, but I have to go along with the WBC ruling because they are the sanctioned bodies.
15 rounds separates the men from the boys. You certainly should be classified as a world champion if you can go 15 rounds. If you can't go 15 rounds, there shouldn't be any classification at all.
I feel that 15 rounds is what's necessary for a championship fight. After all, in amateur fighting, when they fight 3 2-minute rounds, there are a lot more injuries than in professional sport. A true championship fight is 15 rounds.